Hey there, guys. We've got news for Global for May 30th. And this week, joining me to discuss the news is EmkUltra. She's been on once before, maybe twice, I don't know, but you can go ahead and introduce yourself, EMK.
Hi, good to be back and let's go.
Uh, so your microphone cut out. You said good to be back, and then it just went silent. So we had some sound troubles a little bit before the recording, and they might still be going
Yeah,
on. So if you want to say that one more time.
just happy to be here and yeah, let's talk about Lulu.
Awesome. So this week we've got two new units, Bewitching Black Mage Lulu, and then we're going to jump ahead real quick. We've also got Spirited Friend Panelo, who was being given away in the Crest Pass, similar to previous units. But for now, let's talk about Lulu. So, she is going to be your Dark Amplify field if you're going like all in for the Dark Party. You know, Faye, Emeralda, Lulu. Is there anyone else like big named dark units you can think of, EMK, that are relevant today? I
Uh,
know like Ibarra kind of, but she's kind of old.
yeah. I mean Faye, right? But
Mm-hmm.
the what about how is she gonna help like the new Dark Fina Neo Vision Plus?
Oh, I
Is
forgot about
she
her.
Yeah, is she gonna be good for her, or is she like a weaker, dumber version?
No, Lulu is your like support unit. She's
Okay,
basically just a field. Does a little bit
okay.
of damage, not really, but she's basically, JP does this. They go through like copy paste templates. It
Hmm.
was the Esper of Destruction. Roos was first. He got skipped. Then it was Esper of Destruction. Nelica. Roos was for water. Nelica was for light. Now Lulu is for dark. They're all basically the exact same unit. They do 70% amplify fields, 400 stat buff, 300 LB buff, and then like some small utility other than that. I think Lulu has a double stack Mirage for the party. That's
Right.
basically it. Yeah, so we
Okay.
skipped Roos because we had Aang instead. We skipped Nelica because we got Celeste instead. Now we're getting Lulu. I guess we're not getting a dark upgrade. We're going with the JP generic unit. Uh,
Okay.
but she's good at what she does, I guess.
I mean, she's super hot the whole time.
Definitely. So just a real quick look at her damage. This is her personal damage. It's not like the worst. It's okay-ish. It's about like what 20% behind regular Neos, and then way behind Neo Pluses. But it's like
Mhm.
usable. It's okay. So there it is.
Yeah.
And she's not getting any upgrades or anything. So that's basically it. If you want to go all in for the dark party and you want to, that's kind of the risk here because they've kind of set a precedent where they did like the better version of Ruse, then the better version of Nelica. So are they
Mhm.
going to sell like the global exclusive better version of Lulu, in 2 weeks, and then people that pulled for her feel bad, or is this their one and only shot? Well, what's your prediction, EMK?
Oh man. Going by the way that they've been doing things lately, I wouldn't be surprised about the latter. Well, I guess we'll have to see.
Mm-hmm. Now, if you look right here, though, her banner. Oh, actually, it's only open for 2 weeks. I was gonna say usually they're open for like 3 to 4 these days, but I guess
Mhm.
not. Maybe that's a hint that they want to like have that sense of urgency to pull for her now, so they can maybe upgrade her later, or not. I don't know. So don't get mad at me if you do skip her and there's no replacement in the future. That's a risk you've got to take one way or the other on your own.
Okay, but if she's here now, what about like Una and Jack? They're coming, what, next week maybe?
Yuna is, I'm pretty sure by memory, for the light party.
Mm-hmm.
Jecht is the dark party. Now, Jecht was like the primary leader. In JP, Emeralda was 750. I'm sorry, was 1,000 for gathering, and then 750 for dark. And then Jekt was the what's it called? Was 1,000 for dark. So you want to Jekt for the leader skill. They've kind of already basically completely replaced Jekt between Zahn and I forgot about Zahn. I was talking about the dark party. But Zahn and Emerald. So Emerald would be your leader, and then Zahn would be the AoE amplify that Jekt also did. Now that we've got both Zahn and Emeralda, for anyone that has both of them, you don't need Jekt, because Jekt does literally nothing for you. Like, both of his only duties are already farmed out to better units.
Good. Okay. Well, no, good to know.
But yeah, that's Lulu. Her banner has no special perks on it. She's not being global upgraded. So basically, what we said, she's a slightly behind damage dealer, really good field, stat buffing, LB buffing, some Mirage for the party, and the 70% amplify field.
Okay.
So I'm personally not going for her. I don't have Faye. I don't have Emeralda. I did get Zahn, and I don't have Dark Fina. So I've got like none of the dark party. So for me, it's a big skip. How about you, EMK?
Well, I have an alt account that's always lucky, and so I've got like Dark Fina there and Emeralda.
Ooh, nice.
And yeah, garbage on my main account, MK. So yeah, it's I don't know. I've been trying to do the light party for World of Visions, and I think I'm close. I am lacking all those newer, crispy, clean, fancy units. For now anyway.
Well, speaking of the light party, that is a perfect transition into spirited friend Panelo, who is a light buffer. So I'm not entirely sure if this unit is even really worth it. So here's the thing. She is basically the light breaker. She's got the 200 light in peril with a 30% light field, so grand total 230 light in peril. It's basically kind of all she does, but her personal damage is really low. So we're going to real quick pop over here to the future page, because I don't have her updated for global yet, but if you scroll all the way to the bottom down here, she's the copy-paste of, like, the do-nothing breakers that JP was dealing, like Bismarck Chaos that we skipped. Panelo does like no damage at all, basically, because this is calculations in best in slot, meaning like all the Clash of Wills gear and all that kind of stuff, which she's obviously not getting on the party. So she's going to be even way lower than this in calculations. So yeah. I think Prompto's probably better, I guess, on a party. I don't know. I didn't calculate the two comparisons. What do you think? Just ballpark.
Prompto for sure. He's in my shard dungeon right now, so I am pleased with him so far. I've got him EX2, so that's a grind that I'm happy to, have in my shard dungeon. He's doing pretty good, but I'm not really using him much for damage, but he's cool. I haven't had a lot of practice with him yet, though, so
makes sense.
It's good to know that I have that option, though,
Now that I'm looking up Prompto's damage, it's actually not that much higher. So now that I'm thinking about it, Panelo might be better overall for the party because she does bring the bigger light in peril. So Prompto does the field 160 in peril and damage. Panelo does the 200 in peril, the same field, and then a lot less damage. But that might prop up the rest of the team enough to be better. I'd have to calculate, but
he's got the leader skill too. Does she have a leader skill?
She does actually. So let me look real quick. It is. Let's scroll down here. 750 for gathering and 500 for light. So you're probably not going to want her to be the leader. You'd want Celeste to be the leader in the party, or the Xenogear Bart, the Dune Faring Bart would be the leader skill for the light party.
Okay, cool.
So this one, I'm kind of happy that they're giving it away for free because I definitely would not have pulled for her. But Light is, at the moment, my current best. Now, I don't have the good leader. I don't have Bart. I tried, but I missed. But I do have Celeste at a 750 leader skill, which is good enough. And
Yeah.
I guess now we're all going to have Panelo, so she is free.
That's great. You have to buy like one of the
The
what is it?
Crest passes.
Yes,
Yep.
that. Thank you.
Yep. So
But
similar to Gladiolus and all that kind of stuff, you
hmm
will get her to. Looks like they're giving even less fragments now, huh? It's at 25,
is that
25. Am I missing something? They used to give 100, so you were only 50 away. Now they're only giving 75. Unless I'm
oh
overlooking. No, you only get 7. Wow, so that's an extra 25 days in the Shard Dungeon to get EX2. How
ouch.
janky is that? Wow.
Yeah. Yeah. I've got Stern, who was another one. He's EX too, with a little help from the Crest Pass. But yeah, still short.
That's crazy. That's disappointing. I'm just now noticing this because in the past, if I'm wrong, tell me in the comments. But I'm pretty sure, like Gladiolus, Stern, all of these Crest Pass units have been 100 free
Yeah, too.
fragments,
Yeah,
right?
for sure. hmm
Now it's only 75, so they're taking away 25 fragments. That is so cheap of them. I can't believe that. I mean, I guess I can believe
Indeed.
it.
Yeah.
Wow. Wow. And this is kind of funny. So the way to get it, because they're skipping everything, and as you notice, we're not getting the event for Lulu. She came with a raid, she came with gear stages, she came with a crown stage. I'm pretty sure the Hidden Chamber of Arms came out during her week. I could be mistaken on that, but Tegmine came out during her week. And instead of any of that content, you've got to run the daily fragment dungeon to get your crest passes. Are you kidding
Oh.
me? Like,
Ah.
I mean, where's all the content? We're still missing the Grace of Water trial. We're still missing.
Yes.
There was something else really big that we were missing. I forget what it was now. It was the Grace of. It was one other like really big thing that we were missing. Oh, all the crafting stages. The Vlad stage, the Odin stage for the gear, the permanent gear stages.
Right.
Kind of
Okay.
like we had the Vision of Medine and for the Magicite necklace. We should have like
hmm
6 more pieces of that kind of gear by now. It was Odin, Vlad, Ifrit, Phoenix. I think those came later though. There are a few others too. Anyway, the point is we're like missing a lot of that permanent content.
Yeah.
But they want you to run the daily fragment dungeon.
This is weird, man. I don't know. So are we getting a new Clash of Wills soon, or um, or
uh,
Dark Phoenix, anything like that?
yeah. That we should know more of in like 2 days on the 1st of June.
Okay.
They should have the monthly bulletin. So we knew from the previous one that we were getting no Clash of Wills this month. Obviously, we're not. So we'll know if we're getting either Dark Visions or Clash of Wills in June, hopefully in 2 days.
Okay. I mean, that's technically our anniversary period, right?
Uh,
June is, well, the month.
yeah, it is. I
Of,
think the anniversary starts officially on June 28th. It's like the last day of June or something, or the second to last
okay.
day. But yeah, we'll have to see what they do because they're doing nothing right now. And then there is
I
a
know.
story update. So,
Yeah.
if you're still reading this, new information. There it is, Ihana and this guy. I gave up. I gave up on the story. So this, I don't know who he is, but I do know Ihana at least.
Yes. Okay.
So there you go. And that's kind of it. So is there anything else we could talk about Brave Exvius, EMK? Any pressing issues in the game? Anything you want to bring up while we're here?
I
'Cause
mean, I could, but I don't think I'm going to. I'm just one of the last cheerleaders left for the game, even though it's been super depressing lately. This hasn't been its greatest year, but I'm still the one that's rooting for 2 more years. So, um, yeah, I am very sad. What about you, dude?
I mean, for me, I'm still here, technically speaking. Although, when new content comes out, I have fun, and like I put out like what 5 or 6 Vision World videos
Clear.
on Thursday,
Yes.
Friday, because it was awesome. It was great content. I mean, I wouldn't
Mm-hmm.
call it great content, but it was content. Um,
Yes. We've
and
been
then
waiting for it.
exactly, and then like after I do, I did 4 different rank 1 parties in Vision World. Now, I would love to do like a wind party or an earth party, but those just don't seem possible. The lightning party that I was working on, it was with Wondrous Lightning leading the party, and then Orlando. Who else was it? Oh God, it was Orlando, Cloud. Um, I forget all the lightning parties I had, but I had like a whole lightning party good to go, and I was pretty sure, based on just rough calculations before like doing all the gear, but rough calculations, it should have been able to cap. And then as I was going in there and gearing it, I noticed my Orlando was only EX1, and that's not the biggest deal, but he gets 1,000 of his stats from his
Right.
STMR, and I'm way too cheap to Moogle that early, so I'm like, okay, forget this idea. We're not doing lightning.
Oh. Well, now I really want to see that clear, so
Well,
pick someone else
I mean, the thing
to
is, though,
do it.
it's like that's kind of the issue a little bit with all these repeat clears on the final boss, because really, after you've seen one clear, you've seen them all. Like, there's really no variation because the clear is exactly the same. The only difference is you're just swapping out DPS units. Like, you're
Yeah.
bringing a fielder, a breaker, and all that kind of stuff. And like the clears are exactly the same except for the element swap. That's why I don't know. I don't really call Vision World content. Like, it was for a day, but that's not something you run over the course of the entire event.
2 weeks.
Like Clash of
Right. Yeah.
Wills, usually the clears can end up being fairly different. Like, you'll burst on different turns. Not
Mhm.
always, but sometimes there's usually a lot of variety in different Clash of Wills clears. In Vision World, it's always the exact same. It's a 4 or 5 turn clear, no variation. So it's not as fun to me.
Yeah. Well, I'm still happy we had that. It's something. We haven't had something in a long time, so
Mm-hmm. And that's the
yeah.
thing. I mean, if they'd given us the content we should have gotten, I'd have lots of videos for you on Thursday. We should have gotten. Let me bring it up right here. I was browsing it beforehand, so we should have gotten. Right here was Lulu. Up on the wrong page. Somewhere. I had it a minute ago. Here it is, Lulu. We should have gotten the story. We are getting that. We should have gotten the raid event, which we're skipping. We should have gotten the gear stage, which is, sort of hard because of the missions. And then the
Hmm.
crown stage, of course. They're skipping crown upgrades, as always. And then Tag Mine. Tag Mine was actually the week after. So we're not technically late for Tag Mine. We'll be late for them next week because they're not going to give it next week either. So I can give you a spoiler.
Aw.
But yeah,
You
so like,
sure?
I mean, I can certainly hope, and I really do hope. But like these 2 stages would have been interesting to make content about. So
Yeah,
for this
for
one,
sure.
5 turns or less, light category. I mean, it wouldn't have been that hard. Light category is really strong on global. Doing him, and then the crown stage, the mission would be dark category only, fighting
Hmm.
Baran and Yankee Ronso. So I mean, but these would have been something to make
Something.
videos about.
Yes, yes. I agree. As always, it is what it is. Hopefully they are gonna ramp up and they're just going through a strange phase at the moment. I don't know.
And the other like major problem with this, not even mentioning the fact that we're missing the crowns and the gear and all that, is all of this lapis. Like these little bits, like this adds up. This is like
Everything, yes.
yeah, that's 400 plus 100 for the clear. That's 500, 1,000. That's like 2,000 lapis, 4,000 lapis. The raid we're skipping is another. What raid used like what 4,000? That's 8,000 lapis we're skipping this week.
Yeah, it's
8,000
awful. I
approximately.
hate it.
Yeah,
Yeah,
that's crazy.
it's tough.
Leo posted that breakdown of the lapis per month we're getting these days. It's like 20,000 a month now. Whereas when you compare it to 2023, the exact same month, we were getting like 42,000.
Oh,
So it's less than half these days than what it was last
my
year.
heart. It hurts.
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
Yikes.
it's part of the reason is the replica lapis, but another big part is just skipping the content. Period. With no replacement whatsoever. We are not getting any kind of replacement for all that mist lapis.
Yep. You're right. It's not great.
Mm-hmm. Yep. Well, that was a little bit of a detour into ranting a bit, but I mean, it's my fault too. But all right, I do want to say thank you for joining us, EMK.
Thank you. Yes, and thank you to everyone who's keeping the game going. Keep doing that community challenge. Woo!
Oh Lord. Oh Lord.
Come on! I need 500 lapis.
We definitely do, as we just demonstrated.
Yeah.
All right.
Mm-hmm.
See you next time.
Thank you so much. Take care. Bye.